It's the one place in Las Vegas where we're making sense of our fragrant surroundings. Creative teens showcase their artistic side. Spring festival season blossoms to life, and there are many more stories at the Springs Preserve, where all that matters is what's elemental.
Visit to the Springs Preserve is sure to trigger every one of your senses. The fragrant florist surrounds you and awakens your nose as you step on site. Now we're inviting you to discover the plants and flowers behind some of the world's iconic perfumes in our newest traveling exhibit, Making Sense: The Art and Passion of Fragrance.
The exhibit looks at fragrances, how perfumes have historically been made, how they're made today, and tries to put it in the context for visitors so they can kind of make sense of it, so to speak.
It's an exhibit uniquely poised to explore the artistry, history, and science of perfume in relation to plants and flowers, a rare combination and one we couldn't pass up.
It has a big focus on plants, and we at the Springs Preserve, plants are a big part of what we do, but there are very few traveling exhibits that have anything to do with plants. So whenever we have an opportunity to find one, we try to jump on it. And so this is a new one that was developed by the North Carolina Arboretum.
It's an immersive, multi-sensory experience where guests interact with scent-seeking stations, discover unique and intricately designed perfume bottles, and explore the power of essential oils. You can even make your very own personalized scent using computerized stations and create your own fragrance cards.
It kind of looks a little bit like either a bookmark or one of those scratch and sniff type of things, but you could walk away with your own custom designed fragrance. So there's at least a couple hundred options, variations, depending on what the visitor chooses. I'd say my two favorite parts of the exhibit are both the make your own scent portion and the perfume bottles. The perfume bottles are just beautiful to look at, quite frankly.
Amidst all the scent sniffing and bottle oogling, the exhibit gets to the heart of many of the historic elements of perfuming, including the cruelty of commercial whaling and the fascinating substance referred to as ambergris.
So what ambergris is, when a sperm whale eats a giant squid, the beak is in its stomach. It isn't digestible, and the beak is sharp. So the body of the whale creates a waxy substance around it to protect it. However, that waxy substance, they can extract elements from that which are really important in making high-end perfumes. Now, how do they get that? Well, much like a cat that has a hairball, the whale throws up its ambergris and it floats around the ocean. But it gets back to how we now are extracting perfumes primarily from the scent of the plant or using other chemicals that have been developed as a way of not using the animals. Because in this case, whaling, commercial whaling, is no longer an option for us.
With so much history, science, and art jammed into one exhibit, guests are sure to leave inspired by our botanical surroundings and intrigued by the perfume and fragrance industry.
Now, this exhibit is a little bit different from some of the ones that we normally do. It skews a little bit older in terms of content, and it's a little bit smaller, but we really did want to grab onto anything that has to do with plants because it does fit our mission and it works really well for us. That said, I think parents bringing their children will have an opportunity to teach them about everything from botanical extraction to the art of making the bottles, and then be able to make the connection between the plant itself and what the end product is, in this case, a commercially available perfume or eau de toilette, as they say.
The Springs Preserve strives to bring in a wide variety of exhibits that reflect our guests' different learning styles and diverse interests of our community.
We're always trying to do something very different. The through line is the mission of the Springs Preserve, but in some cases it allows us to kind of step outside of it a little bit and kind of expose visitors to different types of things.
Making Sense: The Art and Passion of Fragrance will be on display exclusively at the Springs Preserve until May 3rd. When it comes to making a splash with colorful art, the Nevada Watercolor Society artists paint the way. And we're proud to serve as the backdrop for their juried exhibition and spring show once again this year. Be sure to stop by Origin Museum April 10th through June 7th to reflect on the unique and diverse paintings of these creative artists. Learn more at springspreserve.org.
It's a program nearly a decade in the making. It ties to the root of all we do here at the Springs Preserve. We're talking about camp. Our education team challenges themselves each and every year to develop new themes, activities, and experiences that these youngsters will remember forever. And we're about to welcome our next crop of campers as they undertake a truly sensational adventure.
They say the best indicator of success is happy repeat customers. And over our 10 years of camps, we've seen some familiar faces time and time again.
We watch kids go from babies picking up their older sibling from camp, and then the next year they get to attend camp themselves. We've had campers that have turned into volunteers here at the Springs Preserve. They could possibly turn into counselors further down the line.
And the best part? We work hard day in and day out to ensure every camper, whether it's their first time or their 10th, has an experience like no other.
It's a full-time job, prepping and planning. We usually plan out our themes first, and then from there we design activities and experiments and lessons that all revolve around that theme. So we want it to be fun. We want every kid to come back excited for a new week of camp.
Ultimately, we have two goals: have fun and be safe. Okay, it's really three, but don't tell the kids our secret because we like to sneak it in without them even knowing it. Each of our campers are learning throughout their camp experience.
We want kids to have a fun and safe way to spend their vacation during spring break and summer. We want to teach them all about the Springs Preserve and our mission here, about sustainability, about Las Vegas culture and history, and just their interactions with nature.
And our formula works. We start with our mission of education and environmental stewardship. Then we tie that to the newest and most exciting thing happening at the Springs Preserve, which is often our traveling exhibits. Right now, that means our upcoming spring break camp is going to be extremely sense-driven.
Every day is going to be focused on a different sense. So taste, touch, see, feel, and hear. So we're going to be learning about animal adapted super senses and sense-based technology.
Campers will have the chance to see, feel, smell, hear, and taste their way through this week-long adventure, April 6th through the 10th. Speaking of adventure, you can't miss our flagship program, Summer Adventure Camp. This camp is offered for 9 weeks and each week is different. It's a guaranteed educational all-star adventure for each of the 6 to 11-year-olds who attend. We'll also be expanding our junior camp for 5-year-olds and our summer STEM retreat for 12 to 14-year-olds, including a women-focused STEM camp for young girls. There's no other place in Las Vegas where you'll find endless amounts of activities, multiple museums, a nature preserve, and experts in almost every field ready to provide an experience of a lifetime to eager campers.
I think Springs Preserve is perfect for camp experience because it's out in nature, like a traditional camp would be, in the middle of a huge city. So we bring things to a camp experience that most other camps in Las Vegas wouldn't have. They get to interact with nature, they learn about the outdoors, they get to have fun with their friends and learn about all the amazing things we have here at the Springs.
Our resident celebrity tortoise, Mojave Max, has been enjoying some Z's for the last few months, but we expect his much-anticipated emergence any day now. Students in grades K through 5 can get in on the fun and try their hand at guessing what day that may be. The winner will get some impressive prizes too, including a laptop, and they will earn a class field trip and pizza party at the Springs Preserve, Mojave Max swag, and more. Get all the details to enter your guess at MojaveMax.com. This show really does have it all, a collection of amazing dogs doing amazing tricks. Weave pole racing, high jumping, dock diving, and even handstands.
Well, Bubba, his specialty is a handstand. He likes to do an upside down handstand on Lou or my hand, and that's his favorite thing.
Bubba Boots is often the star of the show, and like all the pups featured, he was a rescue dog.
We rescued him in Texas, in Dallas, from a Chinese hairless crested purebred rescue. He was about 6 months old when we rescued him, and he is just a superstar now. He's 5 years old, and he's always out here at Springs Preserve with us.
While the show offers jaw-dropping tricks, Mindy and Lou don't want the acrobatics to distract from their message of the importance of pet adoption and rescues.
You know, there's so many dogs in the shelters all over the U.S., you know, and a lot of the shelters now are passing the no-kill bill, which is great. But still, there's a lot of them that you know, that they're in there for a certain amount of time, and then they're euthanized. And so, you know, we try to educate folks, you know, on the importance of that.
And they think by showcasing such a mix of breeds, large and small, guests will fall in love with these furry friends and the potential of all rescues to be an incredible pet with proper exercise, training, and nutrition.
That's 3 simple points that people take away with them. And after the show, they always say, the tricks are great, but the dogs just look happy, you know, or we just love how the dogs jump in your arms. Just simple things like that, you know. And we can tell the dogs are happy and they're having fun. And our shows, we like to instill a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy in our shows, you know, and it's a performance show. And but we like to take time, you know, to educate people as well along the way.
And they encourage guests to meet the stars after the show, including Bubba. Enjoy a nice photo op and ask any questions they may have. Because after 36 years in the biz, they know a thing or two about showing a family a doggone good time.
We're a family show, a family entertainment, and that's what Springs Preserve is all about. And we love having our show out at the outdoor amphitheater here. It's a perfect fit for us, it really is.
The 30-minute show will be held in the Big Springs Amphitheater weekends and spring break week at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., February 22nd through April 19th. Learn more at springspreserve.org.
The Scholastic Art and Writing Awards is the longest-running juried art and writing program for students in the country. And the Springs Preserve has served as its local host for the last 10 years. We're proud to offer a unique cultural opportunity for our community, but more importantly, an educational experience for budding young artists.
Preserve has served as the Southern Nevada affiliate for the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards for many years. This means we serve as the first set of judges for the hundreds of entries received from creative youth throughout our community.
We jury it like it's a professional show. We are not giving participation awards for just entering. We actually have working professionals look at the art and writing through an established rubric and identifying that's kind of the best of the best.
And this is no small feat. Art categories run the gamut from painting to printmaking to photography, and written works include novels, short stories, personal essays, and memoirs. Entries are always interesting and dynamic and range from mixed media to sculpture. It's a tough job for our judges to complete, and one that requires each to leave personal preference at the door.
So maybe the student is writing about something or drawing something that somebody doesn't like, whatever that is. Maybe there's a political aspect to it that somebody doesn't identify with, or maybe they just don't like looking at drawings of frogs, hypothetically. That does not enter in, it is not allowed to enter into the judging.
Our goal is to provide honest and direct critiques of each entry to help prepare these youth as they enter the professional world, whether positive or negative.
Trying things and failing is okay, and we always let the students know that. If they don't get an award on something, it's like, I tell them every year, keep trying. If you're eligible next year, keep practicing your craft, keep trying, and then you can come back again and do it the next year. The other thing, though, is when we have their stuff exhibited at the Preserve, their art and writing is exposed to an audience that doesn't necessarily include their grandmother or their aunt or uncle that's most likely never going to say anything critical and just say something positive. So, you know, getting a little critical feedback is a good thing. I think adults understand that. And I want to make sure that kids get it in a positive, constructive manner. And that's what I think the program provides to them.
And so, the students who make it through the judging process and on to exhibition know their hard work and creativity earned their place. A place that is highly regarded and well received each and every year here at the Springs Preserve.
It's our largest opening every year. We get close to about 1,000 attendees every year, way more than we have seats available, but everyone is having a good time. Knock on wood, we haven't had bad weather yet, so we've always been able to have it outside.
We're endlessly proud of the students that have come through the Scholastic program and into the lives of our guests. Because while their work impacts all those that consume it, the experience can completely change the trajectory of their future.
One of my former interns, Catherine Caddick, or Rin Caddick as I call her, she won a national award. And her and I had a conversation last week about this, and she was telling me how she felt like that award helped open the door for her, got her into the Rhode Island School of Design, which is a pretty well-known art and design school, and that also opened other doors for her to get other internships and scholarships.
When I won the award, I remember them saying that Andy Warhol had won so many, his mother had made a charm bracelet out of them. So they give you this sort of preconception of greatness with that award, and it's something that it sort of gave me the courage to continue pursuing art.
Sometimes all it takes is a little recognition for a doubtful youth to realize their potential.
Oftentimes people will have perceptions of your work that you never even dreamed of. And that's also a part of your work, and you need to understand that when you're making things and putting them out in the world, they take on lives of their own and can be perceived however.
The Scholastic program might be the only chance for some young artists to break into their dream scene, so we encourage hopeful students to take a little advice from Rin and just go for it.
Go get it. Just do it. Build a support network, talk to other artists, look at people whose work you like, and just build a whole world of knowledge and experiment. Do whatever you want. Make things that make you really happy, because when you make work that makes you happy, people can see it. It's a very visceral thing.
We believe the voice of our youth can serve a powerful, enlightening, and refreshing message. And while some may still argue Las Vegas is a cultural desert, we know that can't be further from the truth. The constant stream of impressive Scholastic entries only reinforces the strength of the art community right here in Southern Nevada. You can witness this year's Scholastic masterpieces for yourself on display at the Springs Preserve through March 30th. The Springs Preserve has partnered with the Nevada chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics to get the kiddos outside for some fresh air and fresh knowledge during our Walk with a Doc Kids Time program. Education is the core of our mission here at the Preserve, working to teach our community at every age about living a healthy, sustainable life. And we think Walk with the Doc is a great way to activate the minds and bodies of some of our youngest guests. Youth today are living a more sedentary lifestyle, which can lead to obesity, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. Las Vegas pediatricians want to nip this in the bud and get the kids back outside and active. Just like the adult Walk with a Doc program, the Kids Time version offers a laid-back opportunity for a nature walk and a casual health talk with area pediatricians for families with children and adolescents. These 45-minute walks occur on the second Sunday of select months at 10 a.m. and are free to attend. Remember to wear comfortable walking shoes and bring some water. Visit springspreserve.org for upcoming dates.
It's time to shake off those chilly temps and shimmy on down to the Springs Preserve for our spring festival season. We've got exciting entertainment, delicious eats, awesome activities, and so much more planned where each and every event is different. One thing is for certain, we have a festival for all.
The Springs Preserve is a great place for events in town just because the versatility of the space, being indoors, outdoors, beautiful views, it's unlike any other event space in Las Vegas.
And we hope that as guests attend our events, they also get a taste for everything the Preserve has to offer.
Our goal for every event is really to expose both new and longtime residents to the Preserve in itself. Basically, a lot of people don't know about the Preserve or haven't been before until they've gone to one of our events. They might not know about the museums or hiking and biking trails and all the different attractions that we have here.
Kicking off our spring event season is our ever-popular Black History Month Festival. It's a day full of soul food, live music, and performances with steppers, poets and dancers, cultural art, and children's games and activities. This event really sets the tone for an event season to remember.
Our Black History Month Festival is really the epitome of some of our events, where it features a lot of fun, entertainment, and at the same time, educational component to it. We're really celebrating all the accomplishments and the contributions of African Americans in our community and around the world.
Then on March 21st and 22nd, we welcome all aspiring and seasoned green thumbs to our spring plant sale. You'll find only the best native and desert-adapted plants to spruce up your landscape. And we'll have experts on hand to answer any gardening questions that may be digging at you. Next, we invite those young and old to celebrate the traditional Mexican holiday of Dia del Niño. On April 25th, we'll have a day of fun for children of all ages, with authentic crafts, story time, face painting, cultural foods, and festive music and entertainment.
It's all about having an authentic experience for a Day of the Child to celebrate children just like you would on Father's Day, Mother's Day. This year we're really going to focus on the different traditions and the way that people celebrate in different countries.
From the excitement of childhood to a much-deserved adult night out, Brews and Blues is just the ticket. Blues music will fill the air and fresh brews will quench your thirst on May 9th. With support from Southern Glazer's Wine and Spirits, we'll have more than 20 beer stations featuring local, national, and international beers. It will be a global tour for your taste buds. We'll also have plenty of food options, so come hungry. Just when you think you couldn't possibly scoop up any more fun at the Springs Preserve, we close out our spring event season with everyone's favorite, the Ice Cream Festival. And because this event is so popular, we've extended it to 2 days. On May 16th and 17th, you could try your hand at all-you-can-eat ice cream cones, sundaes, root beer and orange floats, and more, thanks to Smith's Food and Drug. And hey, if you survive day one, why not come back for seconds?
It really is a great opportunity for the whole family to come out. The weather's going to be great, and you get to have as much ice cream as you want. And you know, if you haven't had enough that first day, come back the second day.
If you can't tell, we're just a little excited for spring events, but remember, tickets sell out fast, so be sure to grab yours early. We can't wait to see you here.
Whether you're a family, you're coming by yourself, you're coming on a date night, we have something for everybody with all of our events. Between all the delicious food that you can have, we always have lots of live entertainment, always something for the kids to do, whether it's arts and crafts, story time, face painting. But it's just a jam-packed day. You really get your money's worth for each of our events.
When it comes to crafting the perfect savory pork roulade, we think the secret is in the sauce, or more appropriately, the chutney. With a sweet flavor of pears and a sprinkle of rosemary to excite those taste buds, our very own Chef Cicely is on a roll.
Howdy folks, my name's Chef Cicely and I'm here at the Divine Cafe at the Springs Preserve, and I'm working with resinous herbs today, and I'm going to make a chutney. Now a chutney is kind of like a combination of a jam and a salsa. It basically is a bunch of chopped up fruits or vegetables with herbs and spices. So what I'm going to make today is a combination of fruit, either apples or pears, and then herbs. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my fruit and cut it into small dice. This is a fairly simple chutney because what I want to accent is the resinous herbs. Now a resinous herb is an herb or a plant that has an oil component to it, and it also has more of an astringency. So it's an herb that's better to cook before use, as opposed to the fine herbs, which can be used fresh. And they can even be eaten whole because they're so delicate. Now the herbs that I'm going to use today with, let's say, the pear is rosemary. And rosemary is a very common herb in the valley. It loves the valley. It's an evergreen, even related to the pine. It kind of smells like that. So I'm going to first do something of waking it up, just rubbing my knife against it to extract a little bit of the oils. So I'm going to give this a very light chop in a really rough chop. And then for my other chutneys, I'm going to use apple. To a chutney, I can add onions, I could add other herbs, I could do it with mushrooms or with vegetables. It's really open-ended. And then with that fruit, I would like to use sage. And then I'm going to take some oregano and marjoram in a rough chop. So once all my fruit and herbs are chopped, I'm going to saute them in a little bit of butter. And then once those herbs are very aromatic, I'm going to add in the fruit and saute it until it's just soft. And then once it's soft, I'm going to let it simmer. The way that I'd like to use it today is with a pork tenderloin. And I could take 1/2, and simply sear it, give it a nice browning. Or I could take it and make more of a roulade by slicing the edges and unrolling it until it's nice and flat. And once it's flat, simply line it with the chutney down the middle. Go ahead and bring it in the longer areas a little closer to the edge. A little bit of twine. And then simply begin to roll it over. And the reason it's a little bit far from the edge is so that not all of the stuffing rolls out. You can actually get a seam of the meat to the meat. Take my twine, tie it off. Now here's the trick on a running truss, is to take that twine, wrap it around so that the long end is away from you, because then once you fold it over and pull it in, you're ready to do your next wraparound without having to recut the string. And that makes it really nice eating at the end, because it's really easy to get that twine off of there. Snip off that end, and this would go into the oven at about 350 degrees for maybe 25 minutes. Super easy, just until that pork is cooked all the way through. And once that pork comes out of the oven, use that chutney in a different way by using it as a topping. And now you have a beautifully aromatic way of using fresh herbs, fresh fruit, meat, in a whole bunch of different ways that's very simple. So thank you for joining me, Chef Cicely, here at the Divine Cafe at the Springs Preserve. I hope to see you here.
There's a lot more to discover, so join us next time here at the Springs Preserve, where jump and show dogs, curious kiddos, festival goers, and award-winning artists mingle to bring new life to Las Vegas.